What are some creepy verified pieces of found footage? I was listening to the 9/11 episode of last podcast on the left, and they played a bunch of really heart-wrenching audio clips, but by far the creepiest was just a bunch of high-pitched siren/alarm-like noises. It was explained that all firefighters wear these alarms that go off if said firefighter is motionless for like 30 seconds or more. They are dead/unconscious. So yeah, it was basically listening to dozens of dead firefighters. It is super haunting to listen to and still sticks with me. Any black box recording where a plane is crashing and the pilots slowly realize they are going to die with all the passengers on board. Link in description. It's very chilling. Flight in 3 hours. Thanks for posting. Be sure to run up to the cockpit and scream really loud when the plane's going down so we can hear you and get you some Reddit karma after you die. I always found this one. Link in description. Creepy. Couple is on their honeymoon and playing around in waist-high water at the edge of a lake. Suddenly the ground gives way and they are struggling to stay above the water until finally you don't see them anymore and the water goes calm. Man. This thread is doing a great job of reminding me to never touch anything anywhere with anybody. The video diaries of Ricardo Lopez. Link in description. He was obsessed with Jack, and over the course of 9 months, made several videos detailing how he was going to kill her with a letter bomb, among other things. At the end of the video he kills himself. The link I posted is an edited version, but I think you can find all the tapes on the internet. Link in description. That was very fucking surreal watching someone put a bullet through their skull. But Dwyer, if you haven't seen it yet, much more upsetting as he was an innocent man saving his family from the burden of his guilty sentence. The video of Dwyer is still with me today, after seeing it back in high school about 15 years ago. It will always be with me. What a gruesome thing it was. It haunted me for months after. Maury Travis's home movies. Travis was a serial killer in Street Louis who died in 2002. He allegedly killed himself in Street Louis jail, or he was killed by the police. I favor the latter theory. The details of his hanging don't really point to suicide. Travis picked up prostitutes, took them home, and tortured them before killing them. He recorded all of it on video. The police found the video. It was labeled Your Wedding Day. The videos were so disturbing that the chief of police ordered counseling for all of the officers who saw them. Link in description. The video diaries of the killers of Cassie Stoddart. Cassie was murdered by 2 of her friends when she was alone, house sitting for family. The killers wanted to be prolific murderers and chose Cassie only because they knew she'd be alone. One killer led the police to where they buried all the evidence, never mentioning the tape. The murder is not filmed, but the moments leading up to and immediately after the murder are taped. Link in description. Holy fuck. There's just no remorse. It's no big deal to them. Sorry Cass's family, but she's gotta be the one. Sociopatio. She's gotta die, ha 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 ha. Wow, those are some messed up individuals. It was audio tape, not film. When I first started working with nuclear submarine programs in the 90s, we had to go to training, really just a presentation about the SubSafe program, which is an extraordinary CAR program enforced for nuclear subs. They played audio of the US Scorpion sinking and breaking up as a result of an equipment failure. I don't remember the exact number, but the entire crew perished. Found footage because it was recorded by the Sauces Listening Network and nobody knew they had it until later. These creepy AskReddits always suck me in. There goes my morning. The Binghamton River Dam rescue attempt in 1975. Link in description. 2 rafters attempted to float over a low-head dam, and the backwash caused them to capsize, become trapped in the boil, and drown. The local fire department made an attempt to rescue them, which resulted in the rescue team capsizing and becoming trapped as well, with at least 1 member drowning. Further teams were sent out to attempt to recover the bodies, all of them capsizing and being caught in the boil. By the time the fire department ceased recovery efforts, 4 people, including 2 firefighters, were dead and 5 more were hospitalized. Low-head dams are one of the most dangerous pieces of terrain in a river, and one of the things that makes them so dangerous is that they don't look dangerous at all. Stephen McDaniel's Peeping Tom video before he strangled and dismembered Lauren Giddings. Link below. Link in description. Is that the guy who did the interview with the press as they were finding the body? Stephen McDaniel. Yep. Creepy motherfucker. Link in description. It's surprising how well his oh shit I'm fucked reaction also works as a oh no I'm devastated reaction without context. So, if you are ever in a situation where someone is threatening to harm you, unless you come with them, don't go with them. No matter what they do to you in that moment, there is no way it will be worse than what they will do if they get you alone where they want you. You're a lot more likely to survive getting stabbed during the kidnapping itself than you are to survive once they've taken you. When I was in a high school, a girl a little older than me was kidnapped from a mall near our house. She was walking to her car and these guys pulled up next to her in their car. One pointed a gun at her and told her to get in the car. She did. And what they did to her afterwards was horrific. She did not survive. My mom told me, if that ever happened to me, to just refuse to go, because it would be better to be hurt or killed right there in a parking lot than go through what that girl did. If someone ever pulls up to you in a car, run in the opposite direction. If they bother to flip the car around, you'll already be gone. Serial killer, David Parker, Ray, link in description, also known as the Toy Box Killer, recorded himself in detail describing what he was going to do to his victims, and would play it for them once they had regained consciousness following their abduction. It is pretty fucked, actually, it's beyond fucked. I'm not sure if the actual recording of him was ever available to listen to, though I know I've heard bits of it in various documentaries. The transcript from his tapes, link in description, is just as horrific. Warning, NSFW. He explicitly says he isn't going to kill them. Did he ever let them go? Yep, he created a drug cocktail to mess with their memories and released them. He only killed them if he felt it necessary. They still have no idea how many he killed though. The whole thing is a horrific mystery. The audio recording of the Jonestown massacre is absolutely chilling. Hearing 900 confused people talking, including all the children, while they don't know they are involuntarily committing suicide, and it just gets quieter and quieter. Fuck that. Many of them knew, but had guns pointed at them. Actually, there was no way out. Open bracket. They would also poison the children first. They knew that, if the parents saw their kids dying, that they would be more willing to kill themselves. Smart. Use this one simple trick to get parents to kill themselves. Link in description. Investigators got 1,600 calls and possible leads from people across the nation after the videotape was shown on the national television program Unsolved Mysteries. Investigators were given the tape after a family whose car had broken down found it wrapped in an old military fatigue jacket beside Highway 205 near Stockton, Caliph, in August 1989. The tape shows flames consuming a house at night as an eerie voice whispers, "Ancient spirit of evil, look at it. The fire department is trying to put it out." What a laugh. The unseen narrator, breathing heavily and laughing, spoke to someone named Omar. Some investigators thought it could be a reference to Satan. Here's the tape, link in description. I love this is what I've done with a week's vacation. It begs so many questions. Did he take time off work to do this? Is he vacationing in another town? Hey Steve, I hear you're not in next week. Doing anything nice? No, not much. Mwahahaha, mwahahahaga. Cool man. Well have a good one, and being me something back you here. For me the Betty Arn phone call from Flight 11 on 9/11 is just fucking chilling. Link in description. Betty Arn, a flight attendant on Flight 11, calls American Airlines from an airphone from the back of the plane. This is the final 8 minutes of a 20-minute call. Honestly, any of the phone calls from that day give me the chills. This one especially. Link in description. Kevin Cosgrove, Tower 2. You hear the call all the way until the tower falls. It's heartbreaking. Anyone wanting to click this? I listened to it like 4 years ago and still regret the decision. Police found thousands photos in Rodney Alcala's serial killer / rapist home following his arrest. Some were of his confirmed victims. Eventually, they released about 200 of the photos to the public, hoping the women and children in the photos would be recognized. I find some of those photos quite haunting. Also, Alcala once won the dating show, and that's not found footage at all, but totally creepy when you watch and know he's a serial killer. He was apparently so creepy that, even though he won, the contestant refused to go on a date with him. More tragic than creepy, but the people who lost their parents to the 2004 tsunami got hold of their parents' last photos of being happy on holiday and the waves coming in. Link in description. At first I didn't want to even look at them. Then once I looked at them a few more times I got to really stare at them. Mel says, I saw that the waves were just so huge and powerful and people were just standing there. Mel says he does feel some comfort in what he can only imagine as his parents' last few moments alive. I just picture my parents hugging each, and knowing it would happen and taking pictures. Just in case someone found the camera, and it did survive. They'd have something to see. The raw footage on YouTube is chilling to watch. Link is Japan tsunami. Link in description. A tsunami wall of water towering above everything. It's more like a compression wave that just keeps pushing and pushing. Eventually it just pushes until it either goes over or through whatever stands in its path. I wonder what it's like to be a fish caught in a tsunami. Like a really windy day. I can't link it, but the footage of the Dnipropetrovsk maniacs is pretty horrifying. They recorded themselves torturing a man, one of several on their spree to death with hammers and a screwdriver. It takes a very long time, and because it happened in 2007, the same year as 2 Girls 1 Cup, it has the charming nickname of 2 Guys 1 Hammer. Here's the Wikipedia of it. Not gonna link the video. The description of it was enough for me. I've never watched it, but the few still photos was enough for me. Link in description. Saw it when I was 12. Ugh. The most recent I can think of is this. Link in description. It's a voice recording isolated from the phone of murder victim Liberty German in Delphi, Indiana. The police are still searching for the man who killed her and her friend while they were hiking a trail. They haven't released a lot of verified information yet, but there are rumors that the girls were found naked, sexually assaulted, and had their throats cut. I also read a rumor that one of the girls attempted to crawl away after their bodies had been disposed of. It's been a nightmare for the residents of a small rural town, and that recording of what is assumed to be the killer telling the girls to go down the hill where he killed them is chilling. When you said Delphi, Indiana, I was like WTF, I heard that somewhere yesterday. I thought it may have been on one of the many crime shows I watch, but it was actually on my local news station. I live in North Carolina and they played that clip. Knowing that man is still on the loose is so haunting. I feel so bad for everyone in that town right now. Hello fellow Bipala bear. This one where whole Indian family swept away in water near a dam. Link in description. Why do I keep clicking these links? Link in description. Some guy floating on a piece of wood gets shot to death by the crew of an unknown ship. A video shows at least 4 unarmed men being gunned down in the water. Despite dozens of witnesses, the killings went unreported and remain a mystery. Shoot, 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 commands a voice over one of the ship's loudspeakers as the final man is killed. Soon after, a group of men on deck, who appear to be crew members, laugh among themselves, then pose for selfies. They were believed to be pirates. Yeah, could be, but the article also says that people will use pirates as a cover for fucked up shit. I'm going to go with the man they found alive in a sunken tugboat 3 days after it capsized. Imagine the sounds of the ocean from down there. No. I agree with this statement. It is factually correct. Yuri Litsky drowning while scuba diving. Link in description. This link in description. Call made by a man named Kevin Cosgrove who was on the WTC when the planes hit on 9/11 is incredibly chilling and incredibly sad. My day is definitely ruined after listening to that. I believe the mystery is solved. There is a reasonable official explanation, but there were some Dutch hikers that went missing in Panama. The last photos they found are kinda creepy, though they were either taking them as a light source or to try to attract the search parties. Link in description. This link kinda sucks. Total nightmare. Being lost in the woods, injured, and without any cell phone reception. Could be why folktales warn people about leaving paths. Might be a way to scare travelers who might be more scared of monsters than you might get lost. I buy bright pink and orange flagging tape. I got lost once, and that was enough for me. Link in description. Last photo of Regina K. Walters, taken by her murderer. This is what instantly came to mind for me too. Gives me the creeps and breaks my heart every time. Robert Ben Raids. Link in description. Aka the truck stop killer was a sick cunt. Would hate for the last thing I saw to be this face. Link in description. Judah 71 and still in prison. Sick cunt means he was cool and Australian. In that case he was very healthy. I'm not sure what you mean by verified, but I remember an incident from Northern Ohio back in the 90s. Someone found a video camera lying in the middle of a pasture. When they checked the recording, they found very creepy B&W footage that included someone who looked dead. Where the footage came from and how it got there was a mystery. A few weeks later it came out that the footage was from a video shoot from the band 9 Inch Nails, which was a new and up and coming band from Northern Ohio at the time. They had suspended the camera from a helium balloon, trying to get an overhead shot, and the balloon broke away and disappeared. At some point it must have landed in that pasture, so it wasn't a dead person after all, just creepy footage from a creepy band. There were those photos of the guy that went out in the bush and ended up dying. They made that movie about it. He was living in a bus. Chris McCandless. Those photos always creep me the fuck out. It's late so I'm not going to look at them before I sleep. That guy was kind of an idiot. I hate that his dumb choices were romanticized the way that they were. Yeah, if you ever go to Alaska don't bring him up. They hate him, and that his brazen stupidity was glamorized. There's been a few copycats since he died. This Polaroid photo of kidnapped children found on asphalt in a parking lot. Link in description. Some people suspect the photo is fake. Marilyn Manson had said in his autobiography that when living in Florida in 1989, the same time the Polaroid was found, he used to take Polaroids of fake murder and torture scenes with his girlfriend, and would leave the pictures on public places. What the fuck? For those of you who, like me, were bothered by some of the things they watched in this thread, here is a live kitten cam. Link in description.